The massive chamber of the Galactic Council fell silent as the last representative took their seat. The room was filled with beings from across the galaxy. Some had scales, others had tentacles, and a few were even made of pure energy. They had gathered for one reason: to deal with the humans. Commander Lisa Blackwood stood in her underground office on Earth, watching the secret feed from the council meeting. The aliens didn't know that humans had broken their encryption years ago. She smiled as she saw the Zarthian representative, with his blue scales and long neck, approach the speaking platform. The humans advanced too quickly, the Zarthian said, his translated voice echoing through the chamber. In just 300 years, they went from horse-drawn carriages to space exploration. At this rate, they will surpass us all within a century. Murmurs of agreement spread through the chamber. The Zarthian continued. We must act now. I propose we enslave their species. We take their technology, use their creativity for our benefit, and keep them under strict control. Lisa watched as different aliens stood up to speak. The slug-like Morphans feared human unpredictability. The crystalline actions worried about human weapons development. The ghost-like ethereals spoke of human determination as a galaxy-wide threat. Deep in her underground base, Lisa checked the readiness of Earth's hidden fleet. The aliens thought Earth only had a few primitive space stations and satellites. They didn't know about the massive shipyards inside Mercury, or the weapon platforms disguised as asteroids, or the quantum shield technology that Peter Martinez had developed. Back in the council chamber, the vote began. One by one, each species pressed their approval buttons. Green lights flickered across the massive display screen. 247 votes in favor, 0 against. The decision was unanimous. Earth would be enslaved. Lisa received the warning from her AI assistant. They're preparing their fleet, Commander. Approximately 3,000 ships will arrive in Earth's orbit within 72 hours. She pressed a button on her desk, connecting her to military bases hidden across the planet. This is Commander Blackwood. Operation Sleeping Giant is now active. I repeat, Operation Sleeping Giant is active. Across Earth, hidden bases began to power up. Inside mountains, beneath oceans, and buried under deserts, humanity's real military force awakened. In orbit around Jupiter, cloaked shipyards began launching vessels. On Mars, weapon systems emerged from the red sand. Kevin Walsh, Earth's chief of strategy, entered Lisa's office. All defense systems are ready, Commander. Should we warn the civilian population? Lisa shook her head. Not yet. Let's stick to the plan. We need the aliens to think they've caught us completely off guard. Our best advantage is their overconfidence. She walked to the window overlooking the underground hangar, where hundreds of advanced fighters sat ready. Earth had known this day would come. They had prepared for decades, building in secret, developing technologies the aliens couldn't imagine. Send word to all our bases, Lisa ordered. Tell them to stay hidden until my signal. Let the aliens think they're getting an easy victory. Then we'll show them exactly how dangerous humanity can be. The next 3 days would change the galaxy forever. But for now, Lisa Blackwood watched the alien fleet approach, knowing that humanity's greatest deception was about to unfold. The aliens thought they were coming to enslave a primitive species. Instead, they were flying straight into humanity's trap. The alien ships appeared suddenly, their massive forms blocking out the stars above Earth's major cities. People stopped in the streets, cars halted, and millions of phones captured images of the massive fleet. The ships stretched for miles across the sky, their dark metal surfaces reflecting sunlight down onto the panicking crowds below. In her command center, Lisa Blackwood watched as the alien fleet took position. Their formation was exactly what Earth's intelligence had predicted. The aliens were following their standard invasion protocol, not bothering to adapt their tactics for Earth. The main alien ship, a massive vessel shaped like a curved blade, broadcast its message to every device on Earth. People of Earth, we are the Galactic Council. Your planet is now under our control. Surrender immediately, or face extinction. You have 1 hour to comply. Peter Martinez worked quickly in his laboratory beneath the Rocky Mountains, making final adjustments to his shield-breaking device. The quantum field is stable, he reported over the secure channel. Their shields won't know what hit them. Lisa nodded, though Peter couldn't see her. Good. Keep monitoring their shield frequencies. We only get one chance at surprising them. She switched channels to address all of Earth's hidden forces. Remember the plan. Look scared. Act defeated. Let them think they've won. The world's governments followed the prepared script perfectly. The United Nations called an emergency session. Leaders made panicked speeches. Military forces around the world made a show of lowering their weapons. 59 minutes after the ultimatum, Earth's official surrender was broadcast to the alien fleet. The alien ships began their descent, preparing to take control of the planet. Their scanners showed only primitive defenses, exactly what they expected. Lisa watched the alien troops begin landing in major cities. Right on schedule, the Zarthian commander appeared on all communication channels, his blue scales gleaming with pride. Humans, you have chosen wisely. Resistance would have meant extinction. Now, prepare for processing. All humans will be categorized and assigned appropriate labor duties. That's when Lisa gave the signal. Across the solar system, humanity's real military revealed itself. The surface of Mercury split open, revealing massive shipyards. The asteroid belt came alive as weapon platforms dropped their disguises. Mars's polar ice caps slid aside, exposing hidden bases. Protocol Omega is now active, Lisa announced on a channel the aliens couldn't block. All units, execute your orders. The alien fleet barely had time to react. Peter's quantum device activated, and their shields flickered and died. Earth's ships, faster and more advanced than anything the Galactic Council had seen, emerged from their hiding places. The Zarthian commander's face showed pure shock on the video feed. Impossible. You're primitives. You barely have space flight. Lisa allowed herself a small smile as she replied, "You should have done better research. Humans have one special talent. We're really good at preparing for threats." Earth's ships struck with devastating precision. Alien vessels began exploding across Earth's orbit. The careful planning of decades was paying off. Every human ship knew its target. Every weapon had a purpose. Kevin Walsh coordinated the ground response as alien troops found themselves suddenly cut off from their ships. All surface forces, move in, contain and capture. Remember, we want prisoners, not casualties. The aliens had expected to find a helpless planet. Instead, they found themselves caught in humanity's carefully laid trap. As Lisa watched the battle unfold exactly as planned, she knew the galaxy would never be the same. The age of human submission was over before it began. The captured alien soldiers sat in their cells, watching in disbelief as humans walked past using technology that should have been impossible. Their weapons were more advanced than anything in the Galactic Council's arsenal. Their ships moved with impossible speed. But most shocking of all was the truth that Lisa Blackwood now revealed to them. "We've known about aliens for 60 years, she told the Zarthian commander, who sat defeated in his cell. "Every crashed ship, every secret observation post we found, every intercepted transmission, we learned from them all. We knew you were out there, and we knew you weren't friendly." Peter Martinez worked in his lab, showing other scientists from around the world how his shield-breaking technology functioned. "The aliens thought their shields were perfect," he explained, "but they never considered quantum tunneling effects. We found the flaw 30 years ago and built our whole defense strategy around it." Underground bases across Earth opened their doors, revealing their secrets to the public. Hidden beneath the Sahara Desert, vast hangars held thousands of advanced fighters. Under the Pacific Ocean, massive factories had been building ships for decades. Inside the Antarctic ice, weapon research facilities stretched for miles. Kevin Walsh led a team that began dismantling alien communication systems. "They never changed their encryption," he said to his team. They were so confident in their superiority that they used the same codes for centuries. We broke them years ago. The news shocked the world's population. Their governments had known about aliens all along. The space program, the military buildup, even the development of new technologies. It had all been carefully planned. Humanity had turned its greatest weakness into its greatest strength, the aliens' underestimation of Earth. Lisa walked through a massive underground chamber where hundreds of alien ships were being studied. Every time they sent a scout ship, every time they planted a spy, we let them see exactly what they wanted to see, she explained to the stunned alien prisoners. Old rockets, primitive satellites, basic space stations, it was all a show. The truth about human aggression became clear to the aliens. Humans hadn't been developing weapons because they were violent. They had been preparing to defend themselves. Every military advance, every new technology, had been created to protect Earth from the very invasion that had just failed. Peter's team began examining the alien ships. Their technology isn't bad, he said to Lisa. They just stopped innovating centuries ago. They thought they had reached the peak of development. We never stopped looking for better solutions. Across the galaxy, news of the failed invasion spread. The species that had voted to enslave Earth watched in horror as their mighty fleet was captured or destroyed by the supposedly primitive humans. The carefully maintained myth of alien superiority crumbled in a single day. Kevin's intelligence team intercepted panicked messages from the Galactic Council. Other alien species were already withdrawing their forces, afraid of facing Earth's hidden power. The Council's unity was breaking apart as species blamed each other for the disastrous invasion attempt. Lisa stood at her command center window, watching Earth's ships return from driving the aliens out of the solar system. "We're not done yet," she said to her officers. "The galaxy needs to learn a lesson about underestimating humans. Prepare the fleet. We're taking the fight to them." The human counterattack was about to begin, and the galaxy would never be the same. Earth's fleet moved through space with deadly purpose. Lisa Blackwood stood on the bridge of her command ship, watching as hundreds of human vessels jumped into faster-than-light speed. Their target was clear: the Galactic Council's capital world, Zarthos Prime. "All ships report ready," Kevin Walsh announced from his tactical station. "Peter's shield breakers are functioning at full power. The aliens still haven't found a way to block them." The human fleet dropped out of light speed near Zarthos Prime. The alien capital's defenses were impressive. Thousands of ships, orbital weapons, and planetary shields. But the defenders were panicked and disorganized. They had never expected Earth to bring the fight to them. "Remember," Lisa broadcast to all ships, "we're not here for revenge. We're here to show them they can't threaten Earth. Disable their ships when possible. We want to minimize casualties." Peter's voice came over the command channel. "I've analyzed their planetary shield. It uses the same flawed technology as their ships. We can take it down whenever you're ready, Commander." The battle began. Earth's ships moved with perfect coordination, using tactics the aliens had never seen. While alien fleets fought in rigid formations, human ships darted and weaved between their lines, striking from unexpected angles. Kevin's strategy worked perfectly. "They're still using their standard battle plans," he reported. "Just like we predicted, they can't adapt quickly enough to our attacks." Alien ships found their shields failing as Peter's technology did its work. Their weapons couldn't lock onto the faster, more agile human vessels. Decades of preparing for this exact scenario were paying off. Humanity's ships and weapons had been specifically designed to counter alien tactics. The Zarthian defense fleet broke first. As their shields failed, their ships either surrendered or retreated. The other alien species in the defense force followed suit, their carefully maintained unity crumbling in the face of superior human tactics. Lisa watched as the planetary shield around Zarthos Prime flickered and died. "Send the message," she ordered. The same ultimatum the aliens had given Earth now played across every communication channel on their capital world. Surrender or face the consequences. The response came quickly. The Galactic Council, which had voted unanimously to enslave Earth just days ago, now begged for mercy. Their arrogance had vanished, replaced by fear of human retribution. Peter's sensors detected mass panic on the planet below. "They're evacuating government buildings," he reported. "Some council members are trying to flee the planet." "Cut off their escape routes," Lisa commanded. "No one leaves until we've established new terms. Humanity won't be threatened again." Kevin coordinated the human ships as they surrounded the planet. "Other alien worlds are sending messages," he said. "They're offering to surrender before we reach them. Some are even asking for Earth's protection against the Council." The mighty Galactic Council, which had ruled space for thousands of years, was falling apart. Species that had looked down on humans now saw them differently, not as primitive beings to be enslaved, but as a power to be respected and feared. Lisa looked at the beautiful but alien world below. "Send troops to secure the council chambers," she ordered. "It's time to reorganize the galaxy. Earth will make sure nothing like this ever happens again." The age of alien dominance was over. The era of human leadership was about to begin. The once proud chambers of the Galactic Council now held a very different gathering. Alien representatives from across the galaxy sat quietly as Lisa Blackwood stood at the podium, where just days ago they had voted to enslave her species. "Your surrender has been accepted," she announced to the assembled aliens. "Earth has no desire for revenge. We want peace, but it will be peace on our terms." Kevin Walsh displayed a hologram showing the new Galactic Security Agreement. Alien diplomats watched nervously as he explained the changes. The Galactic Council would be dissolved. Earth would lead a new alliance focused on cooperation rather than control. The Zarthians, who had proposed Earth's enslavement, faced the harshest terms. "Your military will be disbanded," Lisa told their representatives. "Your weapons technology will be handed over to Earth. You will pay compensation to help rebuild the worlds damaged in this conflict." Peter Martinez had discovered something interesting in the Council's scientific databases. They stopped researching new technology centuries ago, he explained to Lisa during a break in the negotiations. "They thought they knew everything worth knowing. That's why our advances caught them by surprise." More alien species arrived each day to surrender and seek peace with Earth. Some brought gifts of technology and resources. Others offered military alliance. All of them had the same message. They had been wrong about humans, and they wanted to make amends. "We had no idea humans were so advanced," a crystalline Axian diplomat told Lisa. "We thought your civilization was primitive because you kept changing and adapting. We didn't realize that was your greatest strength." The Morphans, slug-like aliens who had once feared human unpredictability, now requested human teachers. "We see now that change is necessary," their ambassador said. "We want to learn how humans continue to grow and improve." Kevin's teams worked around the clock, processing surrender agreements and organizing the new galactic security framework. "Most species are actually relieved," he reported to Lisa. "The Council's rule was strict and unchanging. They're hoping humans will bring fresh ideas." Peter began sharing some of Earth's technological advances with peaceful alien species, but not the shield-breaker technology Lisa had ordered. "We keep our best defenses to ourselves." The aliens accepted this restriction without complaint. They had learned not to challenge human decisions. In the council chambers, Lisa presented the final peace terms. Earth would protect peaceful species and maintain order in the galaxy. In return, all alien civilizations would respect human independence and sovereignty. "Your choice is simple," she told them. "Join us in building a better galaxy, or face isolation from the galactic community. Earth extends its hand in friendship, but we will never again tolerate threats to our freedom." The aliens, who had once looked down on humans as primitives, now voted again. This time, they voted unanimously to accept Earth's leadership. Their fear of human military power was tempered by hope that human creativity and determination could lead them into a better future. Lisa looked out at the assembled aliens and saw not enemies, but potential allies. Humanity had proved its strength. Now it would prove its wisdom. 3 months after Earth's victory, the galaxy looked very different. The new Terran Protection Alliance headquarters, built in orbit around Earth, bustled with activity as alien ships came and went peacefully. Lissa Blackwood watched from her office as vessels of all shapes and sizes docked at the massive space station. Another group of Morphin scientists just arrived, Kevin Walsh reported. They're eager to join Peter's research team. It seems they've developed quite an interest in human innovation methods. The changes across the galaxy had been swift and dramatic. Earth's ships now patrolled trade routes, keeping peace between species that had once been bitter rivals. The Zarthians, stripped of their military power, had turned to commerce and cultural exchange instead. Peter Martinez had opened a galactic science academy, where beings from hundreds of worlds came to learn. The aliens aren't stupid, he explained to Lisa during their weekly meeting. They were just stuck in their ways. Now they're learning to think like humans, always questioning, always looking for better solutions. Earth's influence spread far beyond military matters. Human art, music, and culture fascinated alien species. They were amazed by human creativity, by the endless variety of human ideas and expressions. Many alien worlds now hosted human cultural centers. The Actions have started their own movie industry, Kevin said, showing Lissa a report. They say human storytelling opened their eyes to new possibilities. Their crystal-based entertainment technology is actually quite impressive. The former council chambers have been transformed into the Galactic Exchange Center, where species could share ideas and work together on common problems. Lisa smiled as she walked through its halls, remembering how different things had been just months ago. We're getting requests from frontier worlds now, Kevin reported. They want to join the Alliance. They say human protection makes them feel safer than the Council ever did. In the Science Academy, Peter worked with alien researchers to solve problems that had puzzled their species for centuries. Humans have a gift for looking at old problems in new ways, an ethereal scientist told him. We never realized how much we could learn from you. The Zarthian rehabilitation program showed promising results. Their young people especially embraced human ideas about progress and innovation. We were wrong about humans, their new leader admitted in a public speech. They didn't come to conquer us. They came to wake us up. Lisa received daily reports of new developments across the galaxy. Alien species that had once been enemies now worked together on joint projects. Trade flourished between worlds that had previously been isolated. New technologies emerged from collaboration between different species. The galaxy is changing faster than we expected, Kevin said during a strategy meeting. Most species are eager to prove themselves worthy of human trust. They're competing to show who can be the most helpful ally. Peter's latest project involved sharing safe, non-military technology with allied worlds. We're teaching them how to think differently, he explained. Not giving them our weapons, but showing them how to solve problems like humans do. From her office in the orbital station, Lisa could see Earth below. The planet that aliens had planned to enslave now led a peaceful revolution across the galaxy, not through force, but through humanity's greatest strengths: creativity, adaptability, and the willingness to embrace change. The galaxy was learning that humanity's real power wasn't in its weapons or technology. It was in the human spirit, always growing, always changing, always reaching for something better. 1 year had passed since the day aliens tried to enslave Earth. Lisa Blackwood stood on the observation deck of humanity's Hope, the largest space station ever built, watching ships from 100 different worlds pass by. Below her, delegates gathered for the first anniversary of the Terran Protection Alliance. Hard to believe it's only been a year, Kevin Walsh said, joining her at the window. Sometimes I forget what the galaxy was like before. He handed her a data pad showing the latest achievements across known space. The changes had been remarkable. The Zarthians, once proud warriors, had become peaceful traders and artists. Their cities now hosted the largest libraries in the galaxy, collecting knowledge from all species. Their children played games with young Morphans, and actions, old hatred forgotten. Peter Martinez's Galactic Science Initiative had produced more advances in 1 year than the old council had in a century. It's amazing what happens when different species work together, he told the gathered delegates. Every race brings unique ideas to the table. The ethereals, who once feared human determination, now celebrated it. They had adopted human teaching methods in their schools, encouraging questions and creative thinking. Their worlds became centers of philosophy and art, blending alien and human ideas in new ways. We've confirmed the last holdout world has requested to join the alliance, Kevin reported. Every known species is now either a member or applying to become one. That's something the old council never achieved. Lisa walked through the station's grand hall, where representatives from all species mingled freely. A year ago, these beings had voted to enslave humanity. Now they look to humans for leadership and inspiration. The human spirit is contagious, a Morphin diplomat told her. Our young ones now ask why and how, just like human children. They want to explore and discover rather than simply accept what they're told. Peter's latest project involved combining technologies from different species in new ways. Humans taught us that progress comes from questioning everything, his action assistant explained. We learned that tradition is good, but change is necessary. The former council worlds had transformed. Their rigid societies opened up, embracing new ideas and ways of thinking. Trade routes bustled with ships carrying not just goods, but knowledge and culture between worlds. The galaxy feels alive now, Kevin said during the anniversary ceremony. Species that were stagnant for millennia are growing and changing. They're starting to see the universe the way humans do, full of possibilities. Lisa addressed the gathered delegates, her voice carrying to every corner of the massive hall. 1 year ago, you thought humanity needed to be controlled. You feared our drive to grow and change. Now you understand. That drive is what makes us strong. It's what makes all of us strong, when we embrace it. The applause that followed came from beings of all shapes and sizes. Some floated in the air, others stood on multiple legs, and a few existed as pure energy. But they all shared something new, a human-like spark of curiosity and hope. In orbit above Earth, ships from across the galaxy formed an honor guard. Their crews, once enemies, now worked together as friends and allies. They had learned humanity's greatest lesson. True strength comes not from power or control, but from the courage to change and grow. The galaxy had voted to enslave Earth. Instead, Earth had set the galaxy free.